Hello, hey, what's up folks? Welcome to another train simulator video. Today we've got the new Alco Rs3s and the lovely New York Central liveries from the guys over at DieselWorkshop. This was released yesterday, actually, July the 11th. But just a word to the wise, if you use PayPal, which you're probably going to have to do, there's a hold going on for whatever reason, so it'll take you about a day or less to actually get these and the transaction to clear, but they finally did. Otherwise, I'd have had the video out yesterday, but I did receive them, and you will receive them. But anyway, they are out. You can get the pack, which is both of these, for 15 bucks, or you can buy them individually if you so choose. They're obviously in the New York Central liveries. We've got the lightning stripe and cigar band on the left, lightning stripe on the right over here, obviously. And from what I can tell, it's essentially the same model from the Centro do Brasil MLW Rs3, which is essentially an Alco. They were just built in Montreal. But it's more than just a repaint, and they look fantastic. The repaints themselves look great. They're very clear, very crispy. It's still got that grimy look all over the long hood and the rear and all that. Got a couple of new plates on here. They've got their plate. Of course, we've got the Alco plate, and that's a good looking plate too. A lot of times you'll see these in some train simulator stuff, and they may not be so clear, but that is very clear and gorgeous. As you can see right there, it said 1951. New York Central started having these built for their railroad in 1951. I think they had about 130 of these. It was still the same, same old RS3, problematic 244D 12-cylinder. I think was it a two-stroke? I think it was a two-stroke. Pushing about 1,600 horsepower per. But they're gorgeous. They've still got that lovely headlight flare. One of the things that's different, you can tell, is the dual beam. So it's got two lamps instead of the giant mega lamp that the Centro do Brasil had. You can see up here you've got the class lights, which is a cool feature. You can change those by pressing U. Now, they're red, green, and white, as most railroad classification lights. And I am not entirely sure what they mean, because different railroads had, different reasoning behind their lights and all that. As far as I know, I think green is on time, red is possibly the locomotive at the end of a consist or a train, and then white would typically be an extra service, not typically scheduled or whatnot. But they look amazing. Like I said, it's essentially the same model. They did fix and update a couple of things. I think the front plate there with the step boards, I think that's new. I think the coupler is different. Of course, they've got the little nuances like the handbars, yellow painted going right up the long hood there. I mean, they look great. The interior was changed as well. It's green. All the doors and windows still open, so you're all good there. All the lights, everything else works in here. This time they included a diagram, if you will, that shows what everything does inside the cab here. But there's your reverser, obviously. Got your independent brake, loco brake that I just dumped in emergency. Dang it. We'll get that back off. There we go. Front headlight, rear headlight switch. Got your cab light, still looking nice and fresh. Got your wiper switch, those work. Got your gauge. Over here are your number board lights. I went ahead and predominantly, obviously set all these on, but it looks good. It is a differentiation, for the New York Central and Americanized, if you will. But we are in the lightning stripe livery. We got a couple of old heavyweight coaches behind us. We'll run down the line here and get away from the cigar band one. Now, there's not a whole lot that I don't necessarily like about these. One of them is The fact that I think the sound is a little bit too quiet. I mean, Alcos were old, smoky, loud, grumbly beasts. The sound is pretty good. It just sounds a little low volumed, if you will. But I feel like I'm reaching here, like trying to find something that's, you know, I don't want to say not good, but could be better. You know, constructive criticism wise, not complaining in the very least. I mean, considering what we've got here from these guys at the price point that they are at, you know, considering the other stuff that gets released on the Steam store for like $40, and it's usually rehashed crap for the most part, this is an amazing pack. And I hope these guys keep pumping these goodies out, because this looks amazing. Looks so nice. Still got that nice horn. That brake sound you're hearing is from these old coaches behind us. We'll go back and hop on the cigar band. One differentiation on this one is you'll see the exhaust cap on here, which is pretty neat. The Lightning livery behind us we were just in didn't have that one. We'll go ahead and hop in this one here. It's the same. Bell. It's got the same plates all around the side. But these are fantastic. I hope they keep, you know, producing these in different variants and liveries as well, because it's this kind of stuff that I personally like the most. I mean, the modern stuff is great and all, but I'm a heritage guy for the most part. Run this backwards a little bit. Check our gauges out. As far as I can tell, everything is still in working order. Rear headlight works as well. And that's another thing. It's, you know, it's not a huge glaring issue. Once again, I'm not, you know, complaining just to complain. But if the headlight flare exterior on the ground, if that could somehow be an option to turn off and on, I would personally like that a lot, instead of having the, you know, the ground or the map in front of you, whatever you're doing during the daytime, just kind of bright, you know. A couple other developers have figured out a way to do that, where you can kind of turn the, like, the light is still on, obviously, it just doesn't cast. I think it's called casting for the technical term. But yeah, other than that, this thing is amazing. Just that, and maybe the sound being a little quiet, which is nothing new. I noted that in the first one, the Centro do Brasil Rs3. But they are minor, you know, I don't even want to say issue in my eyes. Just very minor, because these things look so good, and they've got such a great horn. They feel fantastic physics-wise, braking-wise as well. They look amazing. They're not taxing at all on the frame rate. I'm having no issues here whatsoever. But anyway, they are out. Go and check them out. I will put a link down below if you want to go grab these for yourself. I highly recommend them, even if you're not into the older stuff or Alcos, which, you know, if you're not, I'm sorry. Alcos are garbage. Yeah, that's you know, that's no secret. But there's just something special about them. And anyway, just wanted to show them off and let you guys know that they are out if you did not know otherwise. But there are a few additional things added to each one, which I hope I went over for the most part. If you'd like to see the original video, which might have gone into it depth a tiny bit more, go and check that out. Otherwise, that is it. We're going to stop it right here. And I shall see you next time. Take care, guys.